Hello, honeys. So, I'm back on my Transit. I decided to go a different route to P38. So I bought an M57 3 litre L322. It's a bit of a nail, I won't lie, but it runs and drives very nice. So my today's job is going to be stripping out all the wiring loom, because I don't know what is wrong with my Transit, apart from don't know what that was. That was weird. And I think I'm going to try and use at least part of the Range Rover dashboard in the Transit. But first of all, anyway, I got to strip all the doors off because they don't open when they're on my ramp. Get all the wiring loom out and plonk it in my booth. Label it up and stuff like that. And hopefully be able to put all of that then into my Transit. I could just go the standalone wiring loomies, the standalone wiring loom and a demobilized ECU, but nah, I'd rather not spend no more money on it. So I think I will try and use everything out of this. But yeah, nice big M57. Oh, that's not going to be nice, is it, on my head? I am going to keep the seats because, wow, the warmers in ours, right, they will cook your bottom in 2 minutes. They're brilliant. But yeah, that's my job for today. I forgot my GoPro, so I'm not going to be able to have some time-lapse thing of me stripping the loom out. I do apologize. But, yeah, we work with what we got in it. So that's my plan. See you in a bit. So far, all I've done is made a mess. Yeah. But I'm looking at the wiring loom. That is the only bit that goes into the car from the engine side, which is a lot less than the P38s. Which, touch wood, whatever wood is, but touch wood, this wiring loom would be a lot easier to do than the P38 one was. Touch wood. And it's looking like that could go behind the headlight in the Transit. That would go nicely through the bulkhead into the Transit. And then the wiring loom would reach, where's my light? Would reach then for the engine. Yeah, so far it's there. But I'm getting there now. I'm getting there. As soon as I can find out what's behind this dashboard, and that'll be a lot easier. I'm hoping there's no stupid body control module like that in the P38s. It's not under the seat anyway. It's going to be a body control module, but hopefully it doesn't control absolutely bloody everything. Because by the looks on this, this has an ECU for the gearbox, which is nice because it's not run through the body control module like in the P38. Obviously has the engine ECU, which is, yeah. And there's literally that many wires that go into the cab, which is happy days. Happy days. Obviously there's the lights loom and stuff like that. It's going to be something to do with the brakes. That's going to be going through as well. But that don't bother me. I do have to chop this bulkhead out, I think, because I kind of made the P38 brake cylinder, didn't I, fit on my Transit. But again, that's not an issue. I got a weld and a grinder. And the pedal's different. I could put that in the boot if I wanted to. Whereas on the P38, it's got a stupid thing that goes up behind the dashboard and all that. I'm hoping this is going to be a lot bloody easier than the P38 was. We see. The one thing I did notice on the Range Rover P38, obviously on the axles, they have they have the transfer box that goes off the back of the gearbox, yeah? You can't see it under there, to be fair. But this one's got the diff in the middle, whereas on P38 the axle's there, the diff is there. So that's something I'm going to have to alter with my prop shaft. I'm not sure how to do that yet. Maybe a little bit of an angle. Oh, I'm too fat for this. Maybe a little bit of an angle won't be too bad anyway, because it's already at a steep angle because of the height of it. Well, we'll soon find out. I'm hoping all this gubbins and stuff is nice. So, ha! I nearly forgot this, didn't I? My favourite dust noise. I bet where this is. Oh, sorry. Well, this is new, right? I just done the driver's side because I thought it was going to be the same noise. But the passenger side I'm going to do now, right? Because it's... Listen to this now. It's a long one, isn't it? So I've done a little bit of a boo-boo. Right, so I knew, like I said in the, previously, I knew that the prop shaft was in the middle of the gearbox there, which is not an issue because my van's long and I can make a long prop shaft. The front prop shaft, though, alright, it's on the right side, but what I didn't realise is the diff is actually inside the flipping sump, or the drive shaft goes through the sump at least. So there's the diff, there's the sump, there's the drive shaft. It goes through it. So, unless I can just leave that little thing there and just take the end of the drive shafts out, which I'm hoping I can do, I might have to change the sump. Great. So yeah, I'm just dropping the tank a minute. Because another thing I didn't realise was the bodies don't come off these. I thought there was a chassis and a body, not just one complete chassis. So yeah, I'm learning. We got a subframe there for the gearbox, which I will have to make or use part of, and then the front subframe. As I said, I didn't realise that they were they're not separate. I thought you take the bodies off them like a Discovery or the P38 Range Rover, blah de blah de blah. But no, great. So now, as you see, or as you've seen with the little GoPro, the engine and gearbox and subframes are all out. Very much good. So what I'm going to do now is strip the engine mounts off the subframes, cut the drive shafts because I don't want those, take that front diff off if I can, so it's just the sump. Obviously the front prop is going to have to come off because my one has an axle and not subframes. Basically, it's happy days. And then I'm going to go up my house now, grab my trailer so I can put the body on, and then strip the full wiring loom out, put it in the spray booth, and have a good tidy up. Because it literally looks like a Range Rover has exploded in here. So I'm going to put you on my stand thing a minute. Ever wondered what the easiest way is to remove the headliner? I will show. Curtain ones. Like the curtain ones that go right down the side of it. They were shit. Maybe a big dashboard one will be better. So I will do that one now. Right then, I ain't gonna lie to you, right? I am standing back from this one because this one's got two explosive things on it. 4, 3, 2, 1. That was awesome! That was awesome! So after farting around for a bit with the airbags, I thought I'd best get back to doing some work. Yeah, we have, well, nearly a fully stripped Range Rover. The only thing left I need to take out is the wiring loom, the ABS pump, the brake cylinder thing up there. But like I said, I'm going to go and get my trailer now, so that can go on the trailer and I can work around it and put it outside if needs to be. So I can put my transit here. So yeah. So now that monstrosity is out of the way and it is now by here, I'm going to clean it. But I'm not pushing it out by there because I'm going to get stuck. So yeah, I might get a bit wet in here now. But that's one thing I wish I did do with the Range Rover is jet wash it first. Because the amount of mud in the place is literally everywhere. Everywhere. And yeah, I gotta try and dig through that. Ugh. Piles and shit. Why did I go off-roading in it first of all? Dumbass. Tank's out. Because I need the tank. I'm going to use the tank as well. I might have 2 tanks in it. And be big and I can just stay off-roading forever. But yes, we're getting there now. Getting there slowly. I've got the trailer. I've got the tipper with all the rubbish going on it. And yeah, I'm going to make it clean. Yeah, boy! Now I have a clean M57. Nice. Still a little bit dirty in places, but happy days, innit? You don't get fucking stinking. Up language. Pardon me. You don't get stinking now working on it, which is nice. I will be taking the loom out of this now. I'm not happy with that. Because that dashboard seems quite hard to get out. It's got screws everywhere. Are they screws? I don't even know what they are. They're round things. But yeah. I'm going to take this all out now. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? That was an absolute mission to get out. So like the dashboard goes into loads of little bits. Loads and loads and loads of little bits. And they're all held together by these little screws. And there's literally hundreds of thousands of them. So now I'm at that stage. The spaghetti-ness. So I've marked up what the wiring does. So that goes into the middle of the radio. That goes into the glove box. Obviously I'm going to keep the airbag thing on it, but that's going to be disconnected because, yeah, I'm not putting airbags out of another vehicle into another vehicle. I don't like that. That's scary. And then I got the gear stick for that. Gear linkage for that. I'm going to now take out this big ass bar because that's solid. And then the wiring loom should come out. Should. As well. Should. I hope. I'm hoping I can use that thing. The heater box. Because obviously on the Range Rover, it's got hot this side, cold that side, or blah, 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 blah. Was it climate control for both sides? So I wouldn't mind using that, to be fair. And I'm going to do some measurements. And I'm hoping that the dashboards are roughly the same size. It doesn't look like it. This looks quite narrow compared to a Transit. But we'll soon see. It might just have a little gap there and there. But yeah, I think I'm going to use the steering column and everything as well. The electric steering column. I think it'd be pretty cool in a Transit, wouldn't it? So yeah, I think it would have been a lot bloody easier just to stick the P38 axles on this and use this with big wheels. But no, someone has different ideas, don't they? Stupid idiot. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut out that part of the bulkhead and that part. Obviously, if I want to have the climate control thing. And then there's the climate control module thing. Obviously, it's all got the wire in there, so might as well use it if I can. I'll try. So obviously, you do... I don't know actually exactly how they work. So warm goes into there. If the passenger side wants to be warm, that one stays warm. If the driver's side one wants to be warm, that one stays warm. But then obviously it shuts off. And then that's the return. It'd be nice if I could get that to work. But it's just, yeah, there's a mission cutting out the bulkhead for those. But I gotta do it anyway for that. Because that was totally different to the P38 one. And I already chopped that out. So, yeah, fun. Yeah, my next plan now is drop a steering column because that's connected to that big ass bar. Hopefully I can try and use that because it's got all the plugs and stuff as well. I'm hoping to try and use as much of the electrics out of this as I possibly can, because I don't know whether that was an issue in the other Range Rover, but yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of wires. A lot of wires. I think I jinxed myself, didn't I? Remember I was saying that the wiring loom, I think, is going to be easy. No. So the wiring loom for the engine, yeah, that looks alright. And the gearbox, that looks alright, yeah. It unplugs and it goes into ECUs and stuff. It probably needs a few little wires and blah, 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 blah. But the rest of the wiring loom is a mission. So getting the dashboard out was a mission. Getting the airbox out was a mission. And then you come around the front. Nothing unplugs, by the way. So it's all that all in there now is all one loom, which is a pain in the ass. Like if they unplug, it's happy days sort of thing, isn't it? So I've literally had to take everything out just to get to the wiring loom. So there's like a heater exchange box thing down there, whatever it's called. That was covered in that. Everything was covered in mud that side. The brake master cylinder this side. Blah, blah, blah. Wiring loom still. Whoops. Bear with. Wiring loom still tucked down in there. Balance by there. The reason I got that out is because I found something else too. I found 2 more bangers. So these are weird looking ones. They got that metal plate which blows out, so if you get smacked in the head with that, that'll hurt. So yeah, there's 2 more up there. So I'm going to find out what these do now, as you can see. So, I'm going to tuck you down by here so you can see that airbag and that airbag. And they're both going to go off at the same time. So, ready? So yeah, that's what they do. Those bits of metal, fucking hell, look at that. Those bits of metal, like, literally annihilate. And then they come down to stop you bashing your head against the side. That's pretty cool, this lasts a while. So yeah, it stops your head bashing against the side. What I didn't realise was that one had the wiring in front of it. So yeah, they kind of arced and sparked by there a little bit. But yeah, happy days. So now, get rid of the smoke. I gotta take the rest of this loom out. Like I say, it's all in one. It goes under there, under that thing, up this side. Luckily, this is the only speaker wires, I think, and a few other little bits. The last side has literally got everything going into the back fuse box, which is, yeah, everything. As I say, there's no plugs to unplug anything. So that whole thing is going to have to come out in one. That's going to be an absolute heavy mission. So it's out. Absolute nightmare that was. That's proper heavy. I bet these guys... the thieving little C words. I bet they'd love this, wouldn't they? But you're not fucking having it because it's mine. And it's got to go in my van. Assholes. So yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video by here now. Because that's all stripped. I do have to chop those things out. But they're not going out today. So I'm going to fill it back up with the interior. Because I don't want none of it. Maybe keep the back seats, possibly. Don't know yet. Don't know. But yeah, that's that. That was an absolute mission, I'm not going to lie to you. I never want to do that again. And I still got to put it all in the transit. So it's a massive, gigantic thank you to you all for watching. The next video will probably be stripping the van down, to be fair. All the engine, gearbox, wiring loom, front axle probably, because it'd probably be easy to drop. But yeah, we'll see when it comes to it. So again, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Help me get up in those big numbers. More customs. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.